some nice sunlight today. Might be a good opportunity to capture some cherry blossoms actually. And what's going on today? I guess the first one I read was kind of interesting. You read stories where people use drones to find lost individuals. How about, I guess, a bunch of children? This one says, dozens of children go missing on desert hike, found with drones. Over 40 students in 5th to 8th grade separated from main group during school trip to Nahal Og in Dead Sea area. When the person leading the trip realized they were missing, he alerted the police, who said its Megala Dead Sea Rescue Unit had launched a search operation. Rescuers used drones to search for the children and, after about an hour, spotted some of them. The rest were found soon after that. The search was made more complicated because the children who went astray did not stay together. Madan Murad, commander of the rescue unit, told media that some of the children had turned east along the stream bed and others west. He said a large number of teams and drones were involved in the search. In total, 39 children were found using the drones while a police helicopter spotted the remaining 3. And afterwards, there were people on the ground, and it says rescuers on foot were directed to where the various children were located to bring them back to safety. So all good. It makes you think too, because I still think they overcomplicate just basic, I guess, drones like consumer ones. And I even mentioned before, it would make sense not to be so over the top because so many people could use it in a great way as well. Can you imagine here whoever was leading, I guess, these children in this field trip, that's what you want to say, had their own drone, just threw it up in the air and said, oh, there they are now. It's not like a huge manned aircraft. It's really, I guess, basic nowadays, especially like what, those ones you can buy off the shelf in a retail store. So to treat them all like a huge manned aircraft, in my opinion, like in this example, more people can use it in a great way, in my opinion. Because in terms of drones that you should quote here, it should be more about stuff like this. For example, this one says, self-destructing kamikaze drones are hunting down targets in Ukraine. Russia's ground forces are using new Kiev loitering drones to attack targets in Ukraine, while the US government announced earlier this month that it will send 100 new Switchblade loitering drones to aid Ukrainian forces. This is the only second war after 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war between Azerbaijan and Armenia. A loitering drone is an inexpensive drone designed for surveillance and reconnaissance. The small, slow, low-flying drones are designed to be launched and flown by troops in the field. Unlike larger drones, such as the American MQ-9 Reaper and Turkish TB Bayraktar, loitering drones typically include a two-way radio link and an electro-optical camera that give the drone operators a real-time view of the battlefield below. Again, it's more about what you are using and how. If these drones are designed to, I guess you could say, be like kamikaze and all that, built more for military use, then regulate those stuff like crazy, right? Not like basic stuff for the mass majority of people. You just have to use basic common sense, in my opinion. And I was quickly reading this, which was kind of fascinating. Now, during these times of war between, for example, like Ukraine and Russia, and amongst other things, people are complaining a lot of platforms, they're censoring people. They could be telling the truth, but if it doesn't follow, I guess, a certain narrative and all that, then you will be banned, blocked, suppressed, or whatever. And apparently Elon Musk recently started posting online, kind of indicating he's actually thinking of creating like a social media site or something. First, he writes this here saying, free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle? So he has a poll here, and apparently over 70% of the people say they do not. And he says, the consequence of this poll will be important. Please vote carefully. And then he writes more stuff, for example, saying, given that Twitter serves as a de facto public town square, failing to adhere to free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy. What should be done? And saying, is a new platform needed? So is that kind of a hint that a billionaire is going to create something new in this sense? Would you actually stop using things like, I don't know, like Facebook and Twitter and stuff if someone like an Elon Musk created like a platform? I actually wouldn't be surprised if there would be a lot of people who would jump on it right away, honestly. Because just in general, in terms of options, it does seem like it's getting crazy for some reason in terms of like censorship and all that, where even when people are talking about the truth and all that, they get banned, blocked. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Who knows what's going on, huh? But this would be interesting in this regards, I would think anyways, in terms of who would be doing it, because obviously he would have the money and resources to create, I guess, real competition, huh? So it'd be fascinating to see if something pans out of that. Alright, see you guys later.